Okay, hello everybody. I'm going to start off by opening up Photoshop. I'm going to go ahead and go File, New. And create a new document. I like to do custom and then this type of orientation, not the portrait, but the landscape. That's the way my picture goes, so I'm going to go with that one. Click Create. And then I go to my file, and I have this picture of John Mayer that I'm going to insert. My favorite activity is going to John Mayer concerts, so that's why I chose this. Just having him fill in the space a little bit, make it nice and even. Click the check mark. I'm going to do Control Plus to zoom in a little bit so I can have a better grasp about what I'm doing. And what we're first going to do is use the Quick Selection tool to kind of outline his body so that we can get it away from the background so that we can eventually change the background. So I'm just going to go ahead and try my best to just get a rough outline. Still kind of working on figuring out all of this, so it takes me a little bit of time. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and drag this down because I don't want it to capture all of that. Only want it to focus on him. So I'm going back and forth between the plus and the minus, Quick Selection tool. Kind of get rid of those in there. So I want to make sure I get all his hair in and not just cut off at the ear. Going in with the minus to cut it in a little bit more. A little bit there. Okay, went a little too far, so I'm just going to add the plus. Be able to bring it back up. Then, perfect. Don't want that to cut off. I want to drag all this down here. Make sure all of that ends up in our final picture. Just kind of bringing it up, getting rid of that. All right, now back to the minus. Bring it in a little bit, get into that corner. Make sure we get the guitar. Important part. Okay. And a little bit there. Include the shoulder. This definitely takes a little bit of practice. That. Get rid of that. Okay. There's a little bit in the middle. Great. Include all the fingers. Right. And then over here, just clean this up a little bit. A smidge too far. Now just a tad. All right, now kind of going over, seeing what happened. All right, and I think that looks all right to me, so I'm gonna go ahead and click Select and Mask. And that kind of cuts out the background. And over here, I have my transparency up to 100%. And then you can change the radius. so that it smooths out the edges, because I know I didn't do a perfect job at cutting him out of the background. So if this was on 0, it'd look a little rough. Just go off if all of these were 0. This is what it would look like. So I like to go in here and really amp it up. Okay, so my radius, I'm going to change to about 6. Smooth it. Maybe bring the radius down a little bit. And then I like to kick up the edge so it looks a little like there's kind of a halo around him in a sense. I think that has a cool look to it. All right, and then kick up the radius a little bit. Okay, and I'm happy with that, so I go ahead and click OK. And now I have a new image over here. Click the background, and then over here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is change the background. So I'm really just going to change the color. Okay, so I'm just going to do a regular brush. Okay, and then I like this color over here. Make it really big. Okay. Make sure I'm on the right one to get this in the background. So I am doing just this kind of polka dot diamond background. That looks really cool kind of with his contrast there. So that's what I'm doing with that. I think it's kind of different, definitely different than what the original image was. So we just changed the background there. Now I'm going to add just a little border, just something not too crazy. I'm going to choose from over here. Looks kind of fun. Do that, and then we can come over here and choose the color. I want to make it black. So I'm just kind of going to freehand that. It's not going to be the most perfect border because I am just doing this freestyle, so you can just go. And since I am in the background tab, all that I'm doing on this is going behind him, which is great. So I don't even have to worry about, getting any paint on him at all. That out. And go ahead and do it on the bottom a little bit too. Just a quick border just to add a little bit of extra dimension to this. A really steady hand. All right, just gonna fix this up over here, and then I think I'll be happy with that. Yeah, all right. And so now I'm gonna go ahead and add some text. I'm gonna click this text box over here, and I think I'm just gonna put it right here. And go ahead and change the font. You can come over here and click up there. And I like that it shows what it actually looks like. So you can choose from that and go ahead and do that. All right. John Mayer. 2019 tour. Capitalize that. Okay. And I think I want to make the font size a little bit bigger. Just going to highlight that. And okay, so that's going behind it. So I'll make it a little bit smaller. And then we can also move the text box. Click that. And then go ahead and make sure everything looks all right. I like the way it looks. I think it's kind of cool. I'm going to go File, Save As. And I'm going to save it in the digital media folder. Type this as challenge 1. And I'm going to save it as a PSD first. And then I am also going to save it as a JPEG. All right. And that is my final project. And this is kind of depicting my favorite activity of going to John Mayer concerts.